What up, y'all? Boy, Brick Street Sprite, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Hooligan Vision. On my way to the stove. Just really wanted to tap in real quick about something that I heard, man. I heard Crucial 13 talking about it last night in one of his videos that he dropped. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Crucial 13, go check it. Go check his channel out and subscribe, man. He been dropping some heat, so man, he been on one lately, and it all been fire. So I suggest y'all get hip to that shit. So and he be on some real topics, man. You know what I mean? Some real shit that's really going on out here. So salute, man. But anyway, the video he dropped was on, because man, I was listening to the same spaces. It was Sue Surf and Marv One going back and forth, and they was talking about who was better in the booth. Not talking about battle rap, talking about who was better as far as making music. And Surf, because somebody had mentioned how Hitman Holla was the first one that was fire on beat, or was like the best on beat at one time, which I never even really thought was the case. But and it really depends on who you consider battle rap. You know what I mean? Like Eminem was a battle rapper at one time. I mean, I know he's not anymore, but at one time he could have been considered the best battle rapper. But I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, since battle rap has become what it is now, you know what I'm saying? Like the acapella format of battle rap, who's been the best at making music? You know what I'm saying? But if you want to just talk about battle rappers, period, because when Eminem was battle rapping, man, and motherfuckers around that same time period, even when Marv One first started, you was really just trying to get a deal battling. That's what battling was about. Trying to get that deal. Even like early Smack days, Mook, Serious Jones, like they both got record deals from that shit. They was trying to get record deals. DTP, Flip Mode, you know what I mean? I think Serious was with DTP, Ludacris and them, and Mook was with Busta. You know what I'm saying? That's why Busta was at fucking, that's why he was at well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons he was at Summer Madness 2 with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I think Lux was the other reason. And I know that you could say, I don't know, it just depends on the era you're talking about, man. As far as who was the best at making music from best battle rapper at actually making music. But if you want to talk about in the current format, Sue Surf is up there. You know what I mean? I think Hollow the Don has gotten a lot better. I think Loaded Lux makes fire music. You know who else is fire on beat is DNA. Dog, DNA's fire. Marv One is fire at making music. He's fire on beat. He be snapping. Like, dog, there was a time when there was like a stigma about battle rappers that they couldn't make music for a little while, because there's so many artists that got big that were battle rappers at one time, or battled all the time trying to get on. So I mean, they could fall into Eminem could have fallen into the category of battle rapper at one time, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And he has made classic music in the past. You know what I mean? But and that's not it, bro. Like, bro, you want to talk about like Supernatural, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers who really bad, bro. Cool Mo D, dog, who created who created battle rap, who created because battling was before Cool Mo D dissed Busy B and actually verbally attacked Busy B. Battling was, you go on stage, do your set, the next dude goes on stage, Your opponent goes on stage, does his set, and whoever gets the best crowd reaction wins the fucking battle. Kumo D changed it to like verbal assault. Like you directly attack your motherfucking opponent verbally, lyrically. You know what I'm saying? So you write bars directed at your opponent. You know what I mean? You spit bars directed at your opponent. Period. You know who else makes really good music? Is Illmaculate, man. You know what I mean? Illmac makes good music, man. So, it's a lot of people that make good music, man. But Sue Surf is one of them. It's one of the greatest as far as making music, man. But, damn, dogs tripping and shit. But, that's not all I wanted to address. Because that's a good topic and a good conversation in itself. You know what I mean? You could go on for days having that kind of a discussion or debate. But the real reason I turned this shit on was I heard Sue Surf say something about Marv One was like, yo, it ain't gonna be what you think in the booth. You're not gonna dog me. You know what I'm saying? So Sue Surf said something along the lines of, Crucial played it in his video, but he said something along the lines of, give me an Adderall and too much time to write, and I may have you feeling like you 55. I'll have you looking like you 55. Marv said, that's impossible. But the main thing I wanted to speak on was the Adderall, because Sue Surf is not the only battle rapper that I've heard speak on using Adderall as like a performance enhancer. And now, as far as performance enhancement goes, Adderall is not going to make a trash battler or a trash rapper good. But it will help a good battler focus. Like, you know that like that zone that you can only reach, you know, also, you know, only so often, that like adrenaline hype like zone, dog, right, where you blacking, dog, like you really blacking out. Zone that you can only reach, you know, that's why it's called blacking out, because you can't, it doesn't happen all the time. It's hard to duplicate. But Adderall can help you reach that. You know what I'm saying? It will help an already fire battler, you know, always have that energy. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is a performance enhancement. And the main thing I wanted to speak on was that not only is that the case, but I think that a lot of battlers are taking that shit now. Like if you listen to Surf on Twitter Space, yo, shit is crazy how long like he be talking and how hype he, like the way he be, bro, like listen to that shit. He sounds like he's on drugs. And I don't mean to go at him like that. Like, I'm not even trying to bust him out or nothing, but just listen to that shit, bro. Like he busted himself out. He said, he said, give me some Adderall. And now, da-da-da. Bro. And then I started putting two and two together, like really listening to him. Because I know what them type, bro. I know what people sound like and act like. First of all, I've been around drugs forever. I've done my fair share, plenty, more than my fair share of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Including Adderall in the past. And Adderall does enhance your performance because it enhanced mine in many ways. But I've been around these type of people forever. I still am. In the restaurant business, people pop. I wait on tables, man. You know what I'm saying? At a restaurant called Electric Cheetah. And I've waited on tables and worked in the restaurant industry for years. Been manager, managed kitchens, everything. You know how many people Adderall and stimulants like that are run rampant in that industry because it helps people focus and wait on tables and stay, you know what I mean? It enhances people's performance as far as cooking, staying on that shit, waiting on tables, staying on that shit, staying motivated. staying interested, staying focused. All of the above, man. When you wake up like, damn, I don't feel like doing shit. I got these 3 rounds. I still gotta write one more round. Boom. Oh, you pop that Addy. Now you're like, oh shit, I'm ready. I'm ready. Bro. Or before the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little sluggish. Or you just want to get that extra edge. You pop that Addy before you go on stage. Give it enough time before you pop it. Pop it with enough time before you go on for it to kick in. Bro, you're going to be zoning on stage. Or like I said, if you got to finish rounds. Or if you got to finish anything, you pop that shit, you're going to finish that shit. Trust me, and it's going to be elite. You know what I'm saying? If you're already great at what you do, it's going to help you produce, you know what I'm saying? And finish that shit. And I'm not saying drugs haven't always been involved in hip-hop or battle rap, because they have. But I think there's a big problem with stimulants right now. And with, you know, Adderall particularly. Drugs like that, you know what I'm saying? That give you like that mental edge. For a while, anyway. Until you start getting so strung out off that shit that you need more and more and more. Because you build tolerance to all that shit. But if all you do is pop them when it's that time to get on stage, then you're not really gonna build a tolerance. You're just always gonna have that extra cheat code. You know what I'm saying? But the main reason I speak on it is because I think there's like a big fucking problem, an issue with that shit within battle rap. And I wouldn't be surprised if Smack and Beasley, or these leagues, or the main league, or maybe multiple leagues, be basically handing that shit out to get great performances. Because I've also heard Twerk address that shit. Twerk said that he took that shit, I think, for the first time. At one time, I think he mentioned it when he was on one of the last times. If you want to go back into the files and pull it up, it was one of the last times he was on Restore Order on 15 Minutes of Fame, talking to, on their channel, the Restore Order podcast with Swave and his bro, you know what I mean? Talking about that shit. And I just think that that's 2 of the biggest battle rappers in the world. And 2 of URL's babies, dog. Speaking on the fact that they have basically done that shit. Surf admitted that he would do that shit and does do that shit, face it. And Twerk even admitted that he had a little problem with the shit. That he was doing that shit all the time, doing that shit too much. Because once he found out about it, he was like, yo, this is the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? I can write crazy, perform crazy off this shit. I wouldn't be surprised if he had an issue with that shit on stage, bro. Because, like, you can do too much of it. Put it that way. You do a little bit, you do enough, and you good. But there's a slippery slope to where if you do too much, you can get over anxious and like over hype. You know what I mean? The way he was on stage against Surf, bro. Something was involved with that. I know that it's lack of preparation. I know that. But how he couldn't even get his shit together at all. Like, the delivery wasn't even there like it normally is. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm not saying it was Adderall or anything, but I don't know. But I just think it's an issue right now, man. As far as using that as a performance-enhancing drug and using that to get these battlers to go through and, like, they're battling a lot more now. A lot of people are anyway. And I think that they're using that as a crutch to get through rounds, to get through battles, because they're battling more. Like, it's more of a ring. It's not, you know what I'm saying. They're battling a lot more. There's a lot more events. They're asking a lot more of these dudes. A lot of these dudes. So, wouldn't be surprised. I know if Surf and Twerk admit to doing that shit, and they at the top of the URL in the battle rap period, then it's a lot of other motherfuckers doing that shit too. I just think that it's a much bigger issue, man, that really kind of needs to be addressed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not, for one, man, it's not healthy. Even if you're prescribed that shit, bro, I don't think it's healthy to do that shit all the time. But whatever, your doctor tells you to do something, that's one thing. But, and man, I'm not telling anybody not to do drugs. Do what you want to do, but I worry about people's health is all I'm saying. And also, it is performance enhancing. And it's fucking a cheat code, and you're basically cheating. You know what I'm saying? If you take that shit before you get on stage. You know what I mean? So, just saying. I think it's something that just needs to be addressed, man. And people need to take better care of themselves. And I do think these leagues are giving that shit out to an extent. Or plugging these dudes in with the plugs to get it. You know what I'm saying? Or helping them. Like, I've heard rappers say this before. Like, I know Lil Xan is nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's a nobody and he's trash, truck juice, dumpster juice. But I heard him say that even his management, when he didn't have the drugs he needed to go on stage, would find it, spend whatever money they needed to spend to get it shipped to wherever they was at. So you telling me these battle leagues won't do that shit for these battle rappers? They got a lot more money riding on them, really, than somebody like that does. A lot more money tied into them as investments. Like, dog. I just think that it's something going on as far as that goes. So, just keep your eyes open, man, and your ears open. You know what I'm saying? And because it's becoming, I think if the two top motherfuckers damn near mention that shit, and if you really watch, man, if you look at different performances and the way certain people perform, and like, motherfuckers sometimes be seeming like they on shit, bro. I'm not saying everybody is. Some people just have that energy. And everyone can create that energy naturally. But like Crucial 13 said, it takes discipline and work and treating yourself the right way. And, you know, focus, for real focus and discipline. You know what I mean? And repetition and hard work to get to the point when you can do that naturally. Like somewhat on command. Or on command, period. And these dudes are cheating to get to that point. You know what I mean? If they're taking Adderall. That shit will help you with your performance so much. But like I said, you can take too much where it can become a slippery slope and you can get like anxious and fidgety. And it just seemed like Twerk was real fidgety, bro, against Surf. So I wouldn't be surprised if he took too much Adderall. You know what I'm saying? But that's just speculation, man. That's all allegation. It's all alleged until there's any proof, which there may never be. But I'm talking about as far as them doing it all the time. You know what I mean? And really, really using it. But Twerk admitted to using it as a performance-enhancing drug. As far as before and during battles, Sue Surf just admitted to using it as a performance-enhancing drug in the booth. So you think he don't do it in battles and in preparation for battles? Just saying. Let me know what y'all think about that shit. Is there like an epidemic in battle rap as far as stimulants and shit? Like how there was in baseball in like the 70s. You know what I'm saying? With speed and shit like that. And steroids in baseball in the 90s and early 2000s. Let me know, man, what you think. Because I think this is a real topic, man. And it can become a real issue if it hasn't already. it's probably running rampant if you got two of the biggest names in battle rap like openly admitting to using that shit. Then you know they're not the only ones. If they're openly willing to admit it, if you were the only person doing that shit, you wouldn't want to put people to look down on you and say, you do this, you do what? You do this, bro? What the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? If you were the only person doing it, you wouldn't be out here so confident to talk about it, I don't think. I think that they were so open about it, so brought it up and mentioned it so easily because they know other people do that shit too. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody do this shit, so they're not gonna look at me no different. I don't know. Like I said, man, that's my thoughts on it. But let me know what y'all think. It's your boy, Brick Street Sprite. Like, subscribe, comment. Brick Street Hooligans, Brick Street Media, Holy Vision, and I'm out of here. 100.